How to install VirtualBox on Linux Mint. I'm going to show you two ways of how to install VirtualBox on Linux Mint. The easiest way is to go to your software manager, type in the search bar, and install it. The only problem with this way is that you probably won't get the latest version. If you just want a quick and easy way to install it, just use this method. If you want to install a later version of VirtualBox, though it's not quite as easy and requires a bit more work. What is VirtualBox? First, a bit of background information. Not everyone will know what VirtualBox is, but it may be exactly what you need. If you have given up trying to wrestle with Windows and all the problems it brings with just trying to use your computer, then you may be missing a few of the Windows programs. I personally can't get by without Adobe Photoshop for editing pictures and Ableton Live for producing music. VirtualBox enables you to run some Windows programs on your Linux system. First, let me point out it won't run every program, but there are many that it will. Basically, without wanting to turn this into an article about what will and what won't run, most games won't run, but lots of other stuff will. Adobe Photoshop certainly does. You could just use dual booting. Dual booting is fine for lots of situations, but if you are using a program frequently, then the rebooting will drive you mad. I use Linux and need to frequently use Photoshop, so rebooting becomes quite time-consuming. VirtualBox enables you to run a Windows program almost like an application. You can run VirtualBox and have Windows and Photoshop or whatever you want, and then just minimize it if you're going to need it again. Installing VirtualBox using the Software Manager. Click on the Linux Mint icon, then click on Software Manager under System. Type in VirtualBox and then install it. It's as simple as that. The only thing is you probably won't get the latest version. You only get the version that's in the repository. I want the latest version of VirtualBox installed. If you don't want to be restricted by the repository that your software manager is using, you need to install the latest version of VirtualBox using the terminal. I know this puts beginners off, but you really need to learn some basic stuff because it's central to using Linux Mint to even a percentage of its potential. If you just learn some of the basics, you'll feel pretty good about yourself. And this is the perfect project to start here and now. Open the terminal. The first thing you need to do is open the terminal for command lines. You do this by simply clicking the black icon on the bottom left of the screen. Then copy and paste the command. Remember that to paste you need to press Ctrl-Shift and V. It will only take a few seconds to finish. You will see the cursor flashing when it's done. Then paste the command. Again, this will only take a few seconds and you will probably have to type in your password. Then paste the next command. This will probably take a while to complete. When it's finished, paste in the final command. This will probably take quite a while depending on the speed of your system. On mine, it took about 5 minutes. Type E to continue and it will install. Then I restart the system and when it's rebooted, go to the Linux Mint icon and select all applications. You should now have the Oracle VM VirtualBox. If you click on the Help tab and About, you should see that you have VirtualBox 7 installed. Mine installed 7.08, which is the current latest version. Installing the VirtualBox extension pack. Once you have installed VirtualBox, you should install the extension pack. This will give VirtualBox extra functionality. Once again, I'll go through two different methods to do this. Again, one of them uses the terminal. Installing the VirtualBox extension pack without using the terminal. The first thing you're going to have to do with this method is to download the extension pack. You need to download the same version of the extension pack as you have for the VirtualBox. For me in this example, it's version 7.08, but for you it will probably be different. Just make sure the numbers match. Next, run Oracle VM VirtualBox. On the Tools bar, click on the End icon and this will open up a submenu. Click on the second option down, which is Extensions. Then click on the Install button and navigate to where the download is. Click Open and Install. Then just I agree and you'll be asked for your system password. It will install and you'll see an active green tick in Oracle VM VirtualBox extension pack. Now installing the VirtualBox extension pack with the terminal. Open the terminal and paste in the command. This will show you the version of VirtualBox you have installed. For me, this is 7.08 and you need to know your number. Next, paste in the command, but swap out the two 7.08 bits for the version that you have. This downloads the extension pack. It will only take a few seconds. Finally, paste in the last command. Again, swap out the 7.08 for the version you have. This will install the extension pack. You'll be asked for your system password, and then you have to agree to the terms and conditions with AI. A few seconds later, and it will be done. As you have seen, it's not difficult to install VirtualBox. If you can, I would advise you to use the terminal way to install the program, as you will get the latest version. However, I do realize that some people are really put off using it. If that's you, then use the software manager. VirtualBox is an excellent tool if you are switching from Windows.